All right, and we are back here on the GSMC Baseball Podcast. And for the second segment of today's show, we are going to talk about the Red Sox parting ways with General Manager Chaim Bloom. So, this is definitely something that I know a lot of Red Sox fans are very happy about because this is a guy that traded Mookie Betts, and he's made a lot of moves over the years that definitely have been head scratchers, and and it's a good day to be a Red Sox fan because this needed to happen. And it's funny because I'm a Yankee fan and I'm talking about this, but um, I mean even for me watching what he's done over the year, I mean trading Mookie Betts really didn't make any sense. It just letting a lot of their core guys go. It really it just it really just didn't make any sense. But you hear it all across baseball. It's stop trying to act like the Rays and start acting like the Boston Red Sox, and it's true because the Red Sox got money. They got to go out and spend. Why are we not trying to prioritize keeping our guys that have helped us be competitive and be really good teams? But yeah, so they fired him after 4 seasons, and he joined in 2019 following the firing of Dave Dombrowski, who used to be the general manager of the Tigers. So they lasted the same amount of years, 4 years. Um, but yeah, he so one of the things is he had a patient approach in team building and rebuilding the farm system. That's actually one of the things that was kind of a positive thing, is that the farm system is is good right now. So that's at least what the owner was saying. But yeah, I mean, he traded Mookie Betts to the Dodgers, and that just still, I mean, it's such a head scratcher. And Mookie Betts made his return to Fenway this year, and you could tell he still wants to be in Boston, but that wasn't the case. They let him go, and that's just one of those things that you can't really go back on. But yeah, it's a big what if. But yeah, they during his tenure though, they've had some last place finishes, and they did have only one ALCS appearance during his time as general manager, and that was back in 2021. But yeah, they really think that the farm system's in good hands. But yeah, I mean, it's just not something that you want, And I think the Red Sox they made the right move by doing this. So and the big thing is they want to win, and I think this like patient approach, as it said it, because it was an ESPN article that I was looking at, came out. Jeff Passan put that out. Um, the Red Sox they're tired of this. Let's build up and be a contender, but that way it's like we want to get better now. So, but yeah, so on overthemonster.com, it lists basically pretty much every move that Chaim Bloom has made as general manager for the Red Sox. So, so we're gonna go through it. So, the first thing is the waiver claims and Rule 5 picks that had an impact. So these are players that actually, you know, impacted the team and did something for the Red Sox. So you had Christian Arroyo, Garrett Whitlock, which is somebody that the Yankees had, and Brian Cashman decided to go keep Brooks Kriske, or protect Brooks Kriske instead of Garrett Whitlock, and it didn't turn out the right way. Um, and then John Schreiber, I think that's how you pronounce it. So those are players that actually have done good things for the Red Sox. Then there are a couple players here that had little impact. So we have Chris Mazza, Jonathan Arus, Philip Valdez, Jalen Davis, and Travis Shaw. And Travis Shaw was on the Red Sox. He was with them twice, because I remember he was on the Brewers. But yeah, so he really didn't do anything. So these are trades that actually did work out in his favor. So Brandon Workman and Heath Hembry to the Phillies for Nick Pivetta and Connor Siebold. So Nick Pavetta's kind of been one of the starters in the Red Sox rotation. So that's just one trade. Also, them getting Ottavino from the Yankees, that was a trade that worked out for them. Also getting Kyle Schwarber, that was a good trade because Schwarber was playing really well for the Red Sox. I mean, they had him playing first base, but he was. I honestly forgot he was on the Red Sox because that's just how short it was. And honestly, it's good that I kind of blocked that out of my mind because he hit that moonshot off of Garrett Cole in the wild card game. So that was a trade that definitely worked out. So they also a player to be named later or cash to Cincinnati for Tommy Pham. I forgot Tommy Pham was even on the Red Sox. They also got Reese McGuire from the White Sox. They traded Jake Diekman, a relief pitcher. Jay Groom to San Diego for Eric Hosmer, Corey Rozier, Max Ferguson, and $44 million in cash. I mean, Hosmer was I do remember that because this was last year because Hosmer was supposed to go to the Nationals, and he didn't want to do that. He'd rather go to a team that was competing. So they ended up letting him go to the Red Sox, and they traded Luke Voit, San Diego, to the Nationals, which I kind of felt bad for Luke Voit, but yeah. And then these are the trades that really didn't move the needle or anything. That's how the article puts it. So they traded Mitch Moreland to San Diego for Jason Rosario and Hudson Potts. A lot of these players I really don't even know. Kevin Pillar to Colorado for Jacob Wallace. Yohan Ibar to Colorado for Christian Koss. Chris Mazza and Jeffrey Springs to Tampa Bay for Ronaldo Hernandez and Nick Sogard. Yeah, I mean, I don't even. Well, they also got Hansel Robles in one of these trades. They traded Michael Chavis to Pittsburgh for Austin Davis. I'm pretty sure Austin Davis was like this is I think a different Austin Davis, but I'm pretty sure an Austin Davis played in the NFL. But yeah, none of these trades, they definitely didn't make an impact or anything because I honestly couldn't tell you anything that these players did. Mitch Moreland obviously was part of the World Series team, and he had that 3-run shot in, I think it was game 4? I think it was game 4 of the World Series against the Dodgers, and then that led to the comeback, and they won that, and then they beat the Dodgers in 5 games to close out that World Series. So, and then now these are the trades that worked out terribly. So I have them on the screen here. So again, this is a courtesy of overthemonster.com. So this is like the exact trade when the Red Sox traded Mookie Betts. So it was Mookie Betts and David Price to the Dodgers for Alex Verdugo, who actually has been a productive player for the Red Sox, but obviously not, Mookie Betts. And then they also got Jeter Downs, and I remember he was trendy for a little bit because I'm pretty sure he hit a home run against the Yankees, and there were a lot of jokes like, "Oh, Jeter hit a home run against the Yankees. Look at that." And Connor Wong was the third player in that deal as well. But yeah, not a good deal. Not a good deal. And actually, another thing I forgot to mention in the first segment was the fact that the Yankees and the Red Sox were discussing a trade that they would have swapped Clark Schmidt and Alex Verdugo. And I'm sitting here going, why didn't we do that? We should have did that. I would have did that. Verdugo's a productive player, left-handed bat, would have been one of the better hitters on the team. But so that was just something that I saw yesterday, which I couldn't believe. So yeah, there's that trade. Then you got the Andrew Benintendi trade to the Royals, and that was for Franchy Cordero, who played on the Yankees this year, Josh Winkowski, Grant Gambrell, Luis De La Rosa, and Freddie Valdez. Yeah, Franchy Cordero, Winkowski, I know. I don't think I've heard of any of these other guys. So yeah, that was a trade that didn't do anything. Now the third trade, this was a funny trade. So you had Hunter Renfroe, who had a really productive year for the Red Sox. Then they decide to trade him to the Brewers and get Jackie Bradley Jr. back with, these two other players, Alex Binelas and David Hamilton. That trade was another one that was a head scratcher because I think this was from 2021, I believe. So I want to look at Hunter Renfroe's numbers if I can pull them up. He's in the lineup. Yeah, so right now he's on the Reds. Him and Bader got claimed. We've talked about that. And his 2021 numbers, right? His 2021 numbers. So in 144 games, he hit 31 home runs, 96 RBIs. OPS was 816. And they went and traded for Jackie Bradley Jr. And Jackie Bradley Jr. really wasn't doing that well, but they just decided that's what we're gonna do. It just really didn't make any sense. And it's just deals like that are the reason why he is out of a job now. And as a Yankee fan, you're obviously gonna be like, well, it's the Red Sox. I want them to not do that good, but at the same time, it just kind of frustrates you because, you can't be letting go of your core guys and making trades like this and getting away with it. But that's a general manager that got held accountable for making bad moves, and now he's out of a job. Because, for the team that I root for, you got a general manager that's been successful over the years, but now it seems like things aren't trending in the right direction. There's got to be some accountability there, and there hasn't. But the Red Sox did, and hopefully they're able to move forward. At least, for their fans' sake, they're able to move forward and get themselves back on track. But yeah, some of the other deals, so these are free agent signings that worked out very well. So yeah, they got Mitch Moreland, Hunter Renfroe, who they traded. Kike Hernandez, he did pretty good for the Red Sox. Jose Iglesias, Rob Refsnyder. This is what this says. Free agent signings that were fine. Kevin Plawecki, Hirokazu Sawamura, I hope I pronounced that right. Michael Wacha, Rich Hill, and Matt Strahm. And then these are signings that did not work out well. Garrett Richards, I remember. He was with them for a little bit. He did not do that well with the Red Sox. Martin Perez, Marwin Gonzalez, Danny Santana, Jake Diekman, Matt Barnes, Jose Peraza, Matt Andriese. I think he was a pitcher that was on the Rays. So those are deals that didn't work out. Right decision to let players walk Jackie Bradley Jr., Eduardo Rodriguez, but then they ended up, bringing him back. Wrong decision, Ottavino and Schwarber. Yeah, I think the Red Sox definitely should have brought back Schwarber, but for whatever reason they decided not to. But yeah, so the good with Chaim Bloom is they say in here it talks about how he was very effective with claiming players off of waivers or in the Rule 5 draft, but you look at the rest of what he's done, it's not good. But yeah, so Red Sox are in the market for a new general manager, and hopefully, for them, for their fans' sake, better days are ahead for them because there was a lot that went wrong during his tenure as GM. So with that, we are going to take another break, and then when we come back, I am going to discuss the games from yesterday, look at the current standings, and yeah, that will be the third segment. So stick around, and we will be right back here on the GSMC Baseball Podcast.